Hi, y'all. I was reading this morning, studying my Bible, and I just got something that I want to share with you. The question was in my mind of, do I have what it takes? And that is something that you may also have wondered sometimes. Do I have what it takes? Haven't we all probably said that at some point? Do I have what it takes? Of course, first and foremost, the scripture that comes to mind is going to be Philippians 4:13. If we want to back it up with the word. And I say, if you're feeling something, questioning something, asking something, always back it up with the word. Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me. Now, cliche? Are we desensitized to it because we've heard it so much? Or do we realize the power of it? I can do whatever it is I'm questioning. I do have what it takes. Why? Because he is with me. I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me. In 1 Peter 1:3, it says this, according as his divine power hath given us all things that pertain unto life and godliness through the knowledge of him that hath called us to glory and virtue. Y'all, to glory and virtue, he has called us. So we're not just adding a little spice of Jesus into our lives. He has called us to a specific lifestyle. He has called us to a specific thing, to a specific purpose, to a specific way of living. Y'all, glory means this. It is defined as worshipful praise, honor, and thanksgiving. Are we to that place? He has called us to a place of glory. We are created to glorify him. All right? Virtue. Now here's where some will shy back, but virtue is defined as this: conformity to a standard of right. A standard of right. Y'all, there's a lot going on in the world right now, but there is still right and there is still wrong. We, as Christ followers, those who truly believe and hear the voice of and do what Jesus says, conform to a standard of right, a standard of truth, a standard of what is right. A particular, we have that virtue, a particular moral excellence, a beneficial quality, or here it is again, power of a thing. Don't deny that power. Mark 5:30 says, and Jesus, immediately knowing in himself that virtue had gone out of him, turned him about in the press and said, who touched my clothes? Now that story is of course the woman with the issue of blood. He was on his way. He was already busy. He was already about the Father's business. He was already answering a request. Jairus's daughter was dying. She was 12 years old, and he had said, if you will just come, she will be healed. I know it. And his faith brought up this compassion in Jesus, and he just went. And he was on the way to do that healing when this healing happened. And he was like, whoa, who touched me? And of course the disciples, if you'll go in there and read in Mark 5 and the other gospels that tell it, he was like, somebody touched me. And he's like, the disciples are like, what do you mean somebody touched you? You are in a press of people. You are in a crowd. Everybody's touching you, but he knew virtue. He knew power. He knew healing had went out of him. Something happened to someone in that crowd and he knew it. Okay, so he stopped and who touched my clothes? Well, see, her faith was, if I can just touch the hem of his garment, I will be healed. So she, being labeled unclean because of this 12 years of bleeding, the law stated she couldn't even be in the crowd. She couldn't be out and about touching people. And she certainly couldn't touch a rabbi. But she did because of her faith. And what did he do? He turned around to her and said, daughter, a very personal, a very accepting word. Daughter, thy faith has made thee whole. Whole. And he talks to her more, you're healed and made well, made whole. All right. Virtue. Why would we shy away from that? It's not some rule that limits us. Virtue is a power. A power. Manly strength or courage is another definition. Valor. You want to be a man of valor? Have good virtue. Have conformed to the standard of right. Do what is true. Do what is honest. Do what is pure. All right. a commendable quality or trait, merit, a capacity to act, potency. Virtue is not a simple little meek thing. This is powerful. This is powerful. And it also means chastity, especially in women. There we go, because there is power in purity. But y'all, that is not just for the women. Let me say that. Pure, to be pure, that is also for the men. And this is not something that cannot be restored. He's a God of restoration. He can totally make you pure, no matter what you've done, no matter what you've been through, no matter what has happened to you. Take it to Jesus. He does restore completely. Pure is defined as unmixed with any other matter. Pure. Being thus and no other. So you're not saying you're this, but doing something else. You're not mixing this religion with this other religion, or this God with this other God. It's pure. It's one thing or another. Pure. Free from what weakens or pollutes. I want my water, I only drink spring water. I want my water to be pure. Not processed, not dirty, not contaminated, not polluted, not muddy. And I want my faith also to be pure. I want my virtue to be pure. Having exactly the talents or skills needed for a particular role. So if you've been made pure, yes, you have what it takes. Having exactly the talents or skills needed for a particular role. Y'all, that's important. 1 Peter 2:9 says, but ye, that means you, that means me, are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people. You're not supposed to fit in. You were created to stand out. A peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises, there it is again, of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. Out of darkness. You don't have to do those things anymore. You don't have to feel those things anymore. You don't have to be that person anymore if you know Jesus Christ. If you have said yes to Jesus. Now, if you are in that darkness, still in torment, still in pain, still in brokenness, 1 Peter 4:19 and then 5, 6, and 7 says this, wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of God commit the keeping of their souls to him in well-doing as unto a faithful creator. Our God created us. He knows the ins and outs. He knows every aspect, every detail of our lives. He knows us. He knows what we've been through. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God. Don't run from him. That he may exalt you in due time. He will make everything so worth it. He will restore your honor. Did you know he could do that? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Oh, that changes everything. Everything. Everything when you give it to him. Here it is, Lord. Take it. I can't do this anymore. All right. If you are tired of the fight, you feel like everything is coming against you. 1 Peter 4:12 says this, and I want you to know this. Beloved. Now that endearing term, that phrase means dearly loved and cherished. Oh, that's how he thinks about us. Think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you, but rejoice, inasmuch as you are partakers of Christ's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, you may be glad also with exceeding joy. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Don't give up. I know you're weary from the race. You're tired from the fight. Don't give up. Don't give up. Think it not strange, but know how beloved you are to him. Keep going. Joy comes in the morning. Joy comes in the morning. It's always darkest right before the dawn. So if it's really super dark, you hang on. You hang on to him and know that it's going to get better. Give it all to him. Now, if you are the one that is like up on the mountain, everything is going great, It couldn't be better. Blessings, blessings, blessings all around. Nothing's fighting me. Everything is perfect. Then what I want you to do is share that with someone else. Be the one that lifts someone else up. There's not enough kindness in the world. There's not enough love in the world. So share that. Jesus said, "A new commandment I give unto you, that you love one another as I have loved you." Beloved, remember, that ye also love one another. By this shall all men know that you are my disciples, if you have love one for another. Two believers were walking past me one day on my job, and I was speaking to my boss, and the Lord just literally spoke. They were laughing, going on with each other, just playing, having a good time as they're walking back to their from break to their work area. And he said, "You will know them by their love." That is priceless. And that is so true. And I saw that so much in those two. Let others see that in you. Share what you have. Don't just sit on it and bottle it up. Share what you have. Actual kindness and love for others. We need to turn around the stigma of the Christian being the church crowd being the worst. Sundays, people hate it. Waitresses, waiters, hostesses, they hate it when people come from church on Sundays because they're hateful. That is not what it is. That's not what it means to be Christ-like. I get it, you're hungry, but don't be cranky. Show your love. You just went to church and got filled up. Let that pour out, or you should have. Let that pour out onto others. What happened between church and the restaurant? Did the devil steal it all away, or did you not get anything? Or were they not giving anything? What's happening here? That should not be the case. And we should be in the word for ourselves. We should be in prayer for ourselves. We should be worshiping. Even when we're alone, worship him. You don't need a church crowd to do that. Let this be true. You will know them by their love. Let that be true of you. He is that truth, not that so many are portraying as what it's like to be a Christian. Don't be that. Be Christ-like. Let them know you. Let them know him through you by your love.